So this is a debut novel. Ooh, it's giving enemies. Really, really excited about this. Like, I'm so excited. You have no idea. Just forgive me now. Hey chapter besties, what's up and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Angie. We read everything over here but fantasy and sci-fi. Hopefully one day I'll put on my big girl panties and get into it, but in the meantime we are doing a book haul. So the last few weeks I have been in the bookstore a little too much. I would go in there and say I'm going in for this, and I would leave with 6 books. And so here we are going to do a book haul of everything that I got over the last few weeks. So the first book I recently picked up, I think I picked this up from Walmart the other day. I was in there. It is Behind Frenemy Lines by Zen Cho. Charles Go has always played by the rules. It's how he survived his difficult childhood as the swatty foreigner at a posh English boarding school, and now his high pressure job at one of the biggest corporate law firms in London. His job in his life, and he's happy that way until she shows up. Kriya lost her way. Her longtime boyfriend's broken up with her, and she feels trapped in her legal career. She knows she needs a fresh start, but it turns out her new job is at the same firm as her work nemesis. So it's giving workplace romance. It's giving enemies to lovers. Just as they're figuring out how to navigate this frenemy relationship, Kriya needs Charles' help. Pretend they're dating so her boss will stop hitting on her. Soon it becomes less clear whether they're enemies, friends, or something else. So fake dating trope too. So this sounds really, really good. I can't wait to get into this. So next, I was in the mall, and there is a Books A Million in that mall. So I ended up getting 2 books out of there. Those books were Not Quite Dead, which is what I really came in there to pick up. I believe this is a Suspense or something like that. I have not read a Holly Jackson book. I have one on my shelf, but I have not gotten into it yet. This is about, in 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in Woodstock, Vermont. 27 years old and back living with her parents, she's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Until Halloween night, when she is violently attacked by an unseen intruder, suffering a catastrophic head injury. Doctors are certain that within a week, the injury will trigger a deadly aneurysm. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her former best friend, turned sister-in-law, her ex-boyfriend. She has just 7 days and as her condition deteriorates, she has only her childhood friend Billy for help. But nevertheless, she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. This sounds really, really good. Then I picked up, so this is one of those books where you go in there and you go for something, which Not Quite Dead, but then you see this and you decide to get it anyway. This is The River is Waiting. It's part of Oprah's book club. It says Corby is struggling. New fatherhood, the loss of his job, and a growing secret addiction have thrown his family to his beloved Emily into a tailspin. And that's because he causes a tragedy that tears the family apart. Sentenced to prison, Corby struggles to survive life on the inside, where he bears witness to frightful acts of brutality, but also experiences small acts of kindness. As he counts down the weeks, months, and years of his incarceration, he develops elemental kinships with a tender-hearted cellmate, a troubled teen desperate for a role model, and a prison librarian who sees and nurtures his light. Buoyed by them and by his mother's endearing faith in him, Corby begins to transcend the boundaries of his confinement, sustained by his hope that mercy and reconciliation might still be possible. Can his crimes ever be forgiven by those he loves? I wonder if, as he counts down the weeks, months, and years of his incarceration, I wonder if this is going to be told with him being in jail this whole time. That would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. I can't wait to get into this. So got that from Walmart. I got those 2 from Books A Million. And so the rest have come from, you name it, Barnes. Actually, no. The Heartbreak Hotel was the book of the month pick for September. And this sounded really, really good. Your Baggage is Welcome Here. Basically, I think this is about This girl shows up to a place where this man owns a hotel, and they turn it into like some bed and breakfast where they invite people who have experienced a heartbreak before and come in. So I think they end up falling in love and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not going to read the synopsis, but I think that's what this book is about. I can't wait to dig into this. This sounds really, really good. I just came across something that looked like a sex scene or something. But yeah, Henry Rhodes is the mailman character, and then Louisa Walsh is the female main character. So yeah, can't wait to get into this. So we have here The Great Man by Kyra Lurie. So the crazy part about some of these books, all these books are by new authors. I have not read from any of these authors so far, and I'm really, really excited to experience new authors. That was one of my goals for the new year, is to read a new author every month. So I'm really happy to see that the book so far, and we're on our 5th book right now, I have not read from any of these authors. But anyway, The Great Man, I don't know what genre this is. It looks like historical fiction. In 1945, Charlie steps off a cross-country train into the vibrant tapestry of Los Angeles. Lured by his cousin Marguerite's invitation to the esteemed West Adam Heights, Charlie is immediately captivated by the black opulence of LA's newly rechristened Sugar Hill. Settling in at the local actress's energetic boarding house, Charlie discovers a different way of life, one brimming with opportunity, from a promising career at a black-owned insurance firm in the absence of Jim Crow to the potential of an unforgettable romance, but nothing dazzles quite like James Reaper Man. Told from the unique perspective of a young man who has recently returned from a grueling segregated war, The Great Man weaves a compelling narrative of wealth and class, offering a profound exploration of the complexities of black identity and mobility in post-war America. In this poignant retelling of The Great Gatsby, set among LA's black elite, a young veteran finds his way post-war, pulled into a new world of tantalizing possibilities and explosive tensions. This sounds good. So look, it's given historical fiction, it's given historical romance, and all things. So then we have here Forget Me Not by Stacy Willingham. Again, this is another new author, y'all. I'm really, really excited about this. Like, I'm so excited. You have no idea, just to experience new. So I believe this is suspense for real. 22 years ago, Claire Campbell's older sister Natalie disappeared shortly after her 18th birthday. Days later, her blood was found in a car, a man was arrested, and the case was swiftly closed. In the decades since, Claire has attempted to forget her traumatic past by moving to the city and climbing the ranks as an investigative journalist, until an unexpected call from her father forces her to come back home and face it all anew. Galloway was supposed to be a place to help her move forward, but instead Claire quickly finds herself immersed in her own dark and dangerous path. If you read this, let me know your feelings on it. I can't wait to get into that. So then we got Once Upon a Time by Ashley Jordan. I got this in, well, I told you I got this in Barnes. This is one of those books where it's part of Reese's book club, and I did like a whole vlog on Reese's book club, and I didn't really care for them. So I'm hoping that this is not a fluke. It says a playwright must grapple with her difficult year and writer's block while falling for the single dad living next door in this emotional debut novel. So this is a debut novel. Eve may be a rising star playwright, but her personal life is falling apart. Desperate for a fresh start, she breaks up with her fiance, cuts off her parents, and heads to the Tennessee mountains. But keeping up the lie that she's just on a writing retreat becomes nearly impossible when faced with the well-meaning townspeople and a neighbor who has almost as much baggage as she does. What starts out as a fling quickly becomes more serious, and it's not long before Eve is running scared once again. She's loved and lost in every possible way, and risking it one more time could finally break her. But like the fireflies that fill the mountains around them, Jamie's and Eve's lives keep falling into sync. A fairy tale ending could be in the cards, but only if the new couple can get out of their heads and put their hearts first. This sounds good. So then we have Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Kate Koch. I don't know. I'm so bad with names, y'all. So bad with names. I got this at the cafe. You know, in Barnes when you go to the cafe and they have like a book up there and it's for like really, really cheap. I think this book was like $5 or something like that. Thought it was cute. I was in the vibe for fall. Love, look at the edges. Look at that. It's so, so pretty. I can't wait to read this. Yeah, so Lucky Kane hates pumpkin spice lattes, which is a problem because A, Lucy lives in the quaint New England town of Briar Glen where everyone loves all things autumn, and B, she's a barista at her mom's coffee shop, Cup of Joe. As the first fall leaves descend upon Briar Green, Lucy and her mom gear up for a busy season. But then Java Junction, a multinational coffee chain, opens a store literally across the street. Ooh, it's giving enemies. To make matters worse, it turns out that Jack Harper, the new kid in school and Lucy's secret crush, is the son of the owners. Oh wait, this is young adult? Now y'all know I ain't been in the mood for young adult all year. Talk about mixing business with pleasure. If Cup of Joe wants to survive the competition from Java, Lucy will have to set aside her feelings for the popular drink and Jack to make the coziest pumpkin spiciest season ever. So then we got Heaven and Earth, the Heaven and Earth grocery store by James McBride. I have a James McBride book on my shelf right now that I've been trying to read all year. It's King Kong or something like that. But anyway, I know this is a historical fiction. It was named one of the best books of the year by the New York Times. It was a monthly pick as well. So it says, in 1972, workers in Pottstown, Pennsylvania find a skeleton at the bottom of a well. Who the skeleton was and how it got there are two secrets kept for decades by the residents of Chicken Hill, the neighborhood where immigrant Jews and African Americans live. When the state tries to institutionalize a deaf black boy, it is Chona who runs the Heaven and Earth grocery store, and Nate, the black janitor, and Mosh, who keeps the boy safe. When the truth is revealed about the skeleton, the boy, and the part of the town's white establishment played in both, James McBride shows us that even in dark times, it is love and community, heaven and earth, that will sustain us. So this sounds like something that's heartwarming, that will tug at your heartstrings. And yeah, if you've read it, let me know how you feel about it. This sounds like something, that's giving fall for real. So then I'm really, really excited because we have the Reformatory by Tananarive. Just forgive me now. So this is, I think this is historical fiction or it has like some kind of suspense to it, if I'm not mistaken. Gracetown, Florida, June 1950. 12-year-old Robbie is sentenced to 6 months at the Gracetown School for Boys, an institution, for kicking the son of the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister Gloria. So begins Robbie's journey further into the terrors of the Jim Crow South and the very real horror of the school they call the Reformatory. Robbie has a talent for seeing ghosts or haints, but what was once a comfort to him after the loss of his mother has become a window into the truth of what happens at the Reformatory. The Reformatory is a hallucinatory, haunting, terrifying, and moving, this is what S.A. Cosby said, work of historical fiction written as only award-winning author, the author's name, could. By piecing together the life of the relative her family never spoke of and bringing his tragedy and those of so many others at the infamous Dozier School for Boys to light in the riveting novel. So it sounds like this could be based on like a true story, it looks like. I don't know, but I can't wait to get into that. So then y'all know last month, I want to say I buddy read The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. So we decided to get The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. It's a lot less thicker than the other book, and plus it's hardback too. So this follows the female main character in her new marriage, and basically she's going through it because marriage doesn't seem to be for her. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give The Perfect Marriage away. But yeah. And then we have the book that I originally, this is the book that caused all of this, okay? This is the book that caused all of this. It's Junie by Aaron Eckenstein. I went in Barnes to get Junie, and I ended up walking out with 6 books. How that happened, I don't know. So this is historical fiction. It's about a young girl must face a life-altering decision after awakening her sister's ghost, navigating truths about love, friendship, and power as the Silver War looms. 16 years old and enslaved since she was born, Junie has spent her life on Bellarine plantation in Alabama, cooking and cleaning alongside her family and tending to the white master's daughter, Violet. Her daydreams are filled with poetry and faraway worlds, while she spends her nights secretly roaming through the forest, consumed with grief over the sudden death of her older sister, Minnie. With time ticking down, Junie begins to push against the harsh current that has controlled her entire life. As she grapples with an increasingly unfamiliar world in which she has little agency, she is forced to ask herself, when we choose love and liberation, what must we leave behind? So I heard Junie was really, really good. I cannot wait to get into that. So yeah, those are all the books that I got in this little book haul. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 12 books. That's a lot of books, but it's only 12 books, so it's like a little mini book haul. I cannot wait to get into these. I already have a few that I want to put on my fall TBR because they are very much giving fall. I always feel like at fall it's like, you know, historical fiction, it's mystery, it's suspense. That's what the vibe is given. And some of these that have just really, really stood out to me. So I cannot wait to dive in and to read these. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. What should I expect? What should I read first? Just let me know your thoughts, okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a blessed day. Then show. So this book. Sure, this is a. So then we got Once Upon a Time in Dollywood by Ashley Jordan, and it's a lot of books. All right,